In this video, we're going to take a look at a second variation on the present value function. Um, by far, I think the most common one is using it to figure out how much money you can afford to borrow. Okay, so what's the present value in a savings problem? Well, the present value is how much you've already saved. So um, we're trying to figure out, let's say, we know that we have a goal and we know we can save this amount and this is what our interest rate is, and we're going to do it for this long. Um, you know, can we do that starting off with zero, or do we have to have some money already saved in order for that to happen? So I don't think you're anywhere near as likely to use it in this way as you would be to use it for a loan, but this is how it works if you're trying to do a savings problem and figure out the present value. So let's go to the present value cell up here, and let's go to our home tab, and let's click on gray to gray that out because that's what we're trying to compute. Okay, I want to know what our regular deposit is going to be. Well, it's going to be $100. Okay, and I want to know how many deposits per year. We're doing monthly, so put in 12. Number of years is 30, and the annual interest rate is 10%, and the ending balance is what we're let me see, that's a million. And are we doing this at the beginning or the end? We're doing this at the beginning, which is the number 1. Okay, so we're trying to find the PV, so let's go over here in the blue box over here in E10, and let's go up to formulas, and let's go to financial, and let's scroll down to the P's, and here is PV. So how much money would I have to have in savings already to hit a million? Maybe I wouldn't have to have anything, but we'll see. Okay, so what is the rate per period? It is this number right here. What is the number of periods? It is 360. What is the payment going to be? It's going to be minus, and where's my payment? My payment is right here, so minus 100. The future value is how much I want to end up with at the end, and the type is whether we're paying at the beginning or the end. Click on that, and we can click on OK. And this is a present value problem, and because it came up as a negative number, that means that this is the sum of the payments I would have had to make before I started this in order to reach my goal of a million. Okay, and again, as we've done with other examples here, if you don't want that to show up as a red number or a number with parentheses around it, put a minus sign in front of the PV function and it will display it in black. So if you want to reach this amount at 30 years, saving $100 a month, you're going to have to start out with that much in the first place. Okay, so you can do some what if games here and say, well, what happens if I save, $150 a month? Let's see what happens with that. Well, now I only need to save 33,000 before I start. Okay, what if I put in $200 every month? Then I'd have to start out with 27,000. What if I have to start out, or if I put in $300 every month? Then I only have to start out with about 16,000. If I put in $400 every month, I only have to start out with 4,000. Now, the next answer is going to get us below zero, I'm pretty sure. So if I put in $500 a month, what's my beginning balance have to be? It's probably going to come up as a negative number, I think. So let's hit enter, and it does. It comes out to be negative 7,040, which means that I could start off $7,000 in the hole and put $100 or $500 in every month, and I would still reach a million at the end of those 30 years. So that's how you can figure out what you need to start with in order to reach a particular savings goal.